starting to look like Hagrid over here. I gotta get rid of this soon. What up, internet? How are your faces? Happy birthday to Harry Potter and no one else. Literally no one else. Anyone who has ever met me knows that there is a certain book series that has come to define my childhood and my young adult life, and that I just quite frankly keep coming back to over and over and over again because it taught me a lot about how to be a decent human being, and that is the Harry Potter series. You know, that magical book series that just materialized out of nowhere one day to make our lives better. No one knows who wrote them. Literally no one. That being said, I did watch a Try Guys video recently where Eugene was all like, and thanks to the books written by the wonderful Shakira. And I would totally live in that universe. Now I know that like the vast majority of, like YouTube videos on, this particular Harry Potter subject have been done to death. So today I thought let's mix it up a bit. Naturally, as a Potterhead, I have taken the sorting quiz, but I've also taken the wand test and the Patronus test that they did way back in Pottermore when that was still a thing. So I thought let's talk about those a little bit. First part of this is going to be a brief defense of the best house, and then the second half can be a little bit about what exactly certain wand types and Patronus types mean, or whatever, because there actually is some lore on that a certain someone, she who must not be named, contributed to the site. Is it bad that Joanne literally became Voldemort? Like how does she become Voldemort? Jesus Christ, what the hell? To get this to happen, I went to the wonderful World Wide Web in order to get some, specific info on, all the stray facts I'm about to spit. First up, my house. Anyone that has ever met me over the past couple of years knows that I am an out and proud Hufflepuff. Like 100%, there is no other house that dominates my personality, although Gryffindor is a very, very, very close second, but please don't hold that against me. I know Gryffindors are annoying, but I promise I'm a Hufflepuff. And it's just, it grinds my gears that so many people refer to us as the lame house, the stoner house, whatever, which, granted, we are the stoner house, but we got done dirty by She Who Must Not Be Named, by that one part in the Sorting Hat song, whichever book it was, can't remember which one, that was like, and Hufflepuff said, I'll take all the rest. No, that is not, we are not the miscellaneous house. That's not who we are. Here we go, straight facts. Hufflepuff is the most inclusive among the four houses, valuing hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, and fair play rather than a particular aptitude in its members. See that? We're not looking for, brave or smart or evil or whatever. As long as you're just a good, decent person, we'll take you. Which, is how it should be in a society. In fact, hang on, let me just go down to the traits down here or whatever. The traits of Hufflepuff. Diligence, dedication, fairness, patience, kindness, tolerance, modesty, and loyalty. Yeah, those all sound pretty awesome, right? Those all sound like things that you should want to have as a decent human being. And if anything, loyalty, I would consider among one of my best traits. If you become one of my best friends, if you become someone that I truly care about, I will ride with you for life. In fact, I would say loyalty, if anything, is the most indicative of a Hufflepuff, because here's the thing, sure, look at all of these. If anything, those traits are why we get the reputation we do. Because we try to be fair to everyone, we try to treat everyone with kindness, we value hard work, we value kind of just putting our heads down and just getting the work done. We don't need recognition for our stuff or whatever, which gives us the reputation, I think, of being pushovers, when really we're just hard workers that don't really care about getting the credit. That being said, if you F with us or anyone that we love, we will not hesitate to murder you. Literally, we will straight up kill you if you hurt the ones we love. Don't even try it. There's a reason that Slytherins are our best friends. And also, our emblem is a badger. And unless you've been living under a rock for the past, however long the internet existed, you know that you don't F with Honey Badger. Honey Badger gives no Fs. Hufflepuff should be what everyone wants to be. And also, Hufflepuff corresponds to the element of Earth, as listed here. And yeah, as a Taurus, we all know that I am Earth personified. Like literally, I asked a bunch of people one time, like what type of bender they thought I was, like from After the Last Airbender. Everyone said Earth. Although actually a couple people said Fire, which I think, actually, hang on, let me just double check something really quick. Yep, Gryffindor corresponds roughly to the element of fire. So yeah, I'm a Hufflepuff, like, with like, just barely, like, Gryffindor is like this close to second place. Yeah, that's me. That is me to a T. Oh, and before you say that there are no famous Hufflepuffs, Tonks, resident badass, we all love her. Also, Cedric Diggory's pretty cool and would have been awesome had he, you know, lived. And Newt Scamander, like, say what you will about the movie franchise, but he is awesome. And there's literally a whole list on the website. I know you can't see it because of the screen glare, but like there's a whole list of, you know, famous Hufflepuffs, a whole bunch of whom are ministers of magic. So shut it. Hufflepuff is the best. Cool, moving on. Let's talk about wands for a second. Unfortunately, She Who Must Not Be Named did not put into writing anything like specific about what exactly corresponds to what type of personality, such as what exactly the type of wood effects and what the type of core effects and what the length and flexibility reflects or whatever. So there's not really any sort of like definitive answer I can give you for this is what each type of the wand corresponds to. That being said, she did give descriptions of what's, you know, exactly each type of like wood core and length or whatever corresponds to. So I can tell you about that for my own wand. You can kind of get an idea of, you know, like what exactly the wand is supposed to respond to. Okay, cool. So first off, what type of wand do I have? I have ebony wood with a dragon heartstring core. Yes. 14¼ inch and slightly springy flexibility. All right, so let's go down the list. Let's talk about what all this means. All right, here's what is written on ebony. This jet black wandwood has an impressive appearance and reputation, being highly suited to all manner of combative magic and to transfiguration. Ebony is happiest in the hand of those with the courage to be themselves. Frequently nonconformist, highly individual, or comfortable with the status of outsider. We'll talk about that last one in a bit. Ebony wand owners have been found both among the ranks of the Order of the Phoenix and among the Death Eaters. I'll take it. In my experience, the ebony wand's perfect match is one who will hold fast to his or her beliefs, no matter what the external pressure, and will not be swayed lightly from their purpose. Yeah, that's me. That's Hufflepuff. Right there. I don't want to say that I'm comfortable with the status of outsider because, you know, again, a whole lot of, you know, mental issues that make me really want to be liked or whatever. That being said, I'm comfortable in myself by this point that, yeah, I am pretty nonconformist and, like, I very much, you know, value my own experiences as an individual. So, yeah, I mean, that's it. That's me. I'm interested in the combative magic, personally, because I personally try to, like, avoid fights if at all possible. But yeah, I mean, like I said earlier with the Hufflepuff, if you F with the ones I love, I'll kill you. Moving on, wand cores. Here is what it says for, you know, the dragon heartstring. As a rule, dragon heartstrings produce wands with the most power and which are capable of the most flamboyant spells. Dragon wands tend to learn more quickly than other types. While they can change allegiance with one from their original master, they always bond strongly with the current owner. The dragon wand tends to be easiest to turn to the dark arts, though it will not incline that way of its own accord. It is also the most prone of the three cores to accidents, being somewhat temperamental. That last sentence feels like a personal attack on me, but it's fine, it's cool, it's whatever. And here's what it says about wand flexibility and length. It's not really much. Now, believe it or not, it says that length actually doesn't really have anything to do with, you know, the physical, like, stature of people or whatever. So it's not longer wands for taller people or, you know, shorter wands for shorter people. It's a factor, but not necessarily true. In fact, it says here, keep in mind, mine is a 14¼ so it's one of the longer ones. Longer wands tend to be drawn to bigger personalities, and those of a more spacious and dramatic style of magic. Yeah, have you met me? It says as a counterbalance, neater wands, which I think might be a British word for shorter, favor more elegant and refined spellcasting, which, fair enough, I'm a messy bitch. Most wands will be in the range of between 9 and 14 inches, so like, I'm like in a pretty average zone. It doesn't really say anything about very long wands, so like over 14 inches. Although in here they describe very long wands as over 15, so I'm not quite there. Like, I'm in the average zone. If anything, it only mentions that, you know, the longer wands like are due to physical peculiarities or whatever. It does mention though that abnormally short wands, so like 8 inches or under, usually select those in whose character something is lacking. But that is not me, so I guess I'm great and a well-rounded individual. Now about flexibility and rigidity, it denotes a degree of adaptability and willingness to change possessed by the wand and owner pair. So, sorry, I already forgot what I have. Slightly springy flexibility. That to me, kind of suggests once again, the Hufflepuff traits or whatever. Like, I hold fast to my beliefs, but I'm willing to change them if you can convince me, slash if, something happens to me that like changes like my worldview or whatever. So yeah, that fits me, to a T, pretty much. So again, this next part I'm about to say, like this summary, if you will, isn't officially written out anywhere. It's just kind of my interpretation based on, the descriptions I'm getting from, the different parts of the wand. It feels like the wood kind of matches a little more closely to kind of what your personality is, if that makes sense, kind of like who you are as a person. It feels like the core is kind of about how you tend to react to things, like what are you prone to do in like a split second decision. And of course, like the length and the flexibility, like that they do kind of mention. That is about, well, it's kind of also about personality, but also like the way you go about your life and like your worldview, and not just like your overall personality, but like specifically like how you view things, how you see things, and how you kind of go through the process of existing or whatever, if that makes any sense. Now for the part you've all been waiting for. What the heck is my Patronus and what does it mean? What does your Patronus mean? And or whatever. Here is the very disappointing thing that I found. There is no reason for anyone's particular Patronus. It's completely random. It's a personality test according to this, but there's literally no writing that like explicitly talks about, like what your Patronus means. So if you're curious, mine's a deerhound, which is cool because I'm very much a dog person, so totally fine with that. And that's it. That's everything you need to know about me and everything that you need to know about, your own specific things. If you've taken, the quiz, all the quizzes or whatever, let me know in the comments what you got. Let me know what that means, although I can just kind of like look up what it all means or whatever. And yeah, let's bond over, our freaky Harry Potter like love or whatever. That got dumb. I'm of the belief that just because, the person who created this world, for lack of a better term, even though she ended up being, a real bitch, it shouldn't affect our enjoyment of this world, because let's be real honest, it hasn't really been hers for a long time now. Hell, even when the books were being released, we were all writing fan fictions, we were all creating our own theories, we were all inserting ourselves into the world and figuring out how we fit within it. Harry Potter is officially at the point where, if anything, it belongs to us just as much as it theoretically, legally, or whatever, belongs to her. So I'm totally fine still enjoying this series. I'm totally fine. And also, I already bought the movies on DVD anyway, so there's no way for me to give her any more money. So we're good, we're fine. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep enjoying the series given to us by the wonderful Shakira. And like in the comments, also give me your conspiracy theories for who else wrote the Harry Potter books, because again, no one knows. So how many questions is that? Oh yeah, your house, your wand, your Patronus, and your theory of who actually wrote the Harry Potter series. Let's chat down below. I want to meet all of you. I want to hang out with you. So yeah, happy 40th birthday, Harry. And I hope that, you're still doing well. And don't worry, I'm actually working on some fan fiction of my own very soon that will be published somewhere, hopefully, maybe. Who knows? All right, until next time, see ya. Also, can we talk about the fact that Harry, like if this was happening in the real world, turned 40 this year? Harry Potter turned 40. Harry's barely a millennial. What the hell? Actually, no, I shouldn't say barely a millennial. He is a millennial because, that's when the old millennials are turning. Whatever. Bye.